Welcome to the circus of Rauta Metal Reviews. Today present you a very unique original band from France. What could go wrong when you have clowns, circus music, extreme metal, black metal aesthetics, and one man having the show? Let's find out after what Vignès from France also would say. So let's welcome this weird, peculiar album called Grand Guignol Orchestra by Pensees Nocturnes. No idea how this should be pronounced, so just forgive me being a little dumb here. So as you can see, this is not an exactly typical extreme metal cover, nor there is anything typical about this particular release in the first place. Released by Ladlow, they have once again created wonderfully looking digipack release. They're a very visual label and I like that. Absolutely lovable. Oh, sorry. Let's take a look on this digipack for a bit. As you can see, it's very nicely detailed. There's lots of effort put into this. Not only visual side, but I mean just getting the idea of this album. Does this look like a black metal or extreme metal release? Hell no. That's a kind of a given with this kind of looks, visuals, visuals and whatnot. But here it goes. Take a look at this band picture. It seems that they are not very serious about themselves. And I cannot say it's a bad thing as such. I mean, everybody who has sort of a sense of irony and whatever, well, hats off to them. Anyhow, would this be an album that I would blindly go and just buy it because of this, I don't know, weird looking digipack? Hell no either. I mean, it's cool that bands are original, but for being just for the sake of it, not so sure, not so convinced to be honest. But anyway, now you have gotten the view of the whole album. You have a really much more understanding about this release than what I had when I was just taking a look at the mere promo sheet. Now, this album, to be honest, to be blunt, to be frank about it, this is crap. And of course, this is just my opinion. You might just love this more than your mommy's titties when you were a kid, but let me tell you why this album, in my opinion, sucks and might be the most important album of the year. Let's start with the latter one. First of all, this one is really original. This is one probably a really unique album that never ever will have a copycat of sorts doing the same kind of stuff here. It's kind of a fantastic, it's really super weird, it's very artsy-fartsy and all that stuff. It's circus music combined with extreme metal, some say black metal, and the label itself calls this avant-garde black metal, which is, in a way, I guess, the truth here. But it's also an album filled with kind of a crap music which I simply can't enjoy. Now, the thing here is, it's just circus stuff with all those fancy instruments, some weird ass trumpets and whatever, some brass instruments, I mean weird kind of percussion, and also those kind of black metal stuff. I mean, you can hear the drums there, you can hear some of the guitars here, there's screaming vocals, but it's mostly not a metal release as such. It's more like a freak circus kind of stuff here. So if you are into that kind of music, I mean, you probably seen movies where there's a kind of a circus or some fair or something that is in a city, and then there's like this kind of a weird ass music. Boom, 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 boom. You know, you got the idea. If you like that kind of music, oh, go check out. This might be your cup of tea. But then again, if you're actually looking for, I don't know, a black metal release, an extreme metal release in the first place, you will have a hard time enjoying this. Unless you are, in the first place, really into the kind of freaky stuff, and the kind of weird stuff, and all that. For me, it wasn't like pain going through all this, but not far from that. I mean, I was constantly contemplating whether I could enjoy a single part on this album or not. And after a few spins, I was like, no. I'm not a big fan of, listening to local rock radio music. There are a couple of reasons. First of all, it plays crap music, and the ones that are not crap, it's usually just those old classics that are so worn out already by the time. I mean, like Iron Maiden songs from like 30 years ago and all that stuff. So it's just like I was pondering whether I would be listening to this local rock radio or this one. And without a blink, I could say radio, even if I'm not exactly enjoying it. And that should tell you enough how much I value this album. It's kind of a shame, like I said, it's nice that they have these great visuals. It's nice that they are just blooming with the originality and creating something very, very atypical. But am I able to enjoy it? No, not one bit. I could be as much as, licking my own vomit on the floor and saying, oh, I like it, but I don't. So this is for very, very acquired taste only. If not, if even that, I mean, I don't know if there are people who can actually enjoy this. Probably are, because the label has, after all, put this out, for people to enjoy. So I just hope that I'm totally wrong and people will give me like 1,000 down thumbs and say, you're an idiot, you just don't understand how to like French artsy fartsy avant-garde black metal. And I'm like, okay, thank you for showing me the light. Now I will finally understand and like it. So with these few words, go check out the samples and please let me know what you think. I'm more than happy and eager to hear what are your thoughts about this album. It's a weird one for sure, so let's hope you don't get freaked out too much. See ya and bye bye.